current issues. A couple of current issues are interest rates are still rising. The Fed started raising interest rates about almost a year and a half ago. Went from 0 to 5.25%. Everybody knows that. They are going to keep going up. I guess that's a forecast for me. And the reason they're going to keep going up is inflation, which is the greatest financial threat to all of us, all Americans, and frankly, everybody all over the world. This super duper high double-digit inflation that we're experiencing and facing for a while, it's inevitable because of all the money that the government pumped into the just created out of thin air. They added 37% to the M2 money supply in a matter of 2.5, 3 years. The high rising prices of goods and services, what I'm calling hyperinflation. It's not technically hyperinflation, but it's double-digit inflation, is going to go on for a while. And the only solution that the government really has is to raise interest rates. And we've seen this happen before in the late 70s and 80s with high inflation and what they did. And it's just going to keep going up until they're able to get inflation down to their target rate, which is 2%.
And they came out with the inflation rate for April. And they reported it as 4.9% for April, which is less than what we've seen lately, but it's a little bit tricky. And if you've gone out and bought anything, you know that inflation is not just at 4.9%. And I'm not going to go into it in too much detail on here, but you can look up that the Fed, or I think it's the Department of, I can't remember which government entity it is, changed the way that they're reporting inflation now, starting in January of 2023, and it's actually on their website. And so you can look that up, give that a Google, and you can see that basically what they're doing is they changed it so that the numbers that are reported for inflation don't look as threatening or as big as they actually are, or would be if they had continued to use the same reporting method that they've used for years prior to this.
Are you saying that perhaps the government is lying to our viewers and all the rest of us? That's a shock. Well, of course they're lying. You don't trust the media and don't trust the government. That's kind of one of my mottos, personally.